Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna show you how to cook SADZA the way I cook it. A lot of people try to cook SADZA but they don't get the best result. They don't get what they will be trying to do. So I've had requests from people to show them how to make my SADZA because they've tasted it many times and some have wondered how I cook that SADZA. So there are different methods to cook it, but I'm gonna show you a long method which is quite good. It's quite popular, but some people might prefer a shorter version, which I will show you later. So you just mix the the maize meal with the cold water like I've shown in the video, and then you just mix it. You just add boiling water like is shown in the video, and then you just keep stirring like I'm doing. Just follow my directions really and keep stirring it. But if you use boiling water, the water that I used, I think it had cooled down a bit because I forgot to turn it back on before I poured it in, so it's taking a bit of time. But if the water is at boiling point and you add it to that mixture of the cold water and the maize meal like I've shown you in the video, you will be able to see that the porridge starts thickening very quickly. So in this video it's showing that it's taking long because the water was a little bit cooler. So make sure that the water is at boiling point before you pour it into the mixture to start cooking. So you have to keep checking to see if it's thickening, if it's because if it's too runny, it means that it's not thick enough to start boiling. So you have to keep stirring, otherwise it will just form a lump at the bottom. If you let it boil without mixing it up properly, when it's not thick enough, it will just form a lump at the bottom, and then you end up with SADZA that is so lumpy and not very nice to eat. So after you stir it a bit, and when it's thick enough, just cover it up, leave it on the hob, and don't cover it completely because otherwise it will just boil over and overflow and just make a mess on the cooker and also waste your SADZA. You want to make sure that everything that you're cooking doesn't get wasted by spilling over. So you leave it to sit while you do other things. You can start preparing your relish, your chicken, your beef, your vegetables, whatever you want to eat the SADZA with, because this SADZA goes with anything of your choice: beef, chicken, fish, vegetables, milk, sour milk, cultured milk. Some people call it yogurt. It goes with anything because SADZA is tasteless. So any taste you want to add to it, I mean with the relish, anything. Hot food, spicy food, salty food, anything. So come back to the pot and just mix it a bit again, so that to make sure that the SADZA is boiling properly. It boils gently when it's thick enough. Don't make it too runny. Make sure that it's that thick. That thickness is the best, because when you do it too thinly, then chances of it lumping are very high. But if it's that thick, then it's not gonna lump when you start mixing it up with the dry maize meal when you start making the SADZA. So leave it for another few minutes, like maybe 2-3 minutes. This video is speeded up obviously, so you leave it for about 5 minutes. Actually leave it for about 5 minutes to boil before you start doing the last bit of the cooking. So you pour out some of the porridge, because as you can see, it's too full. There's no way you can add maize meal and start cooking, so you have to tip some of it out and then start adding the dry maize meal, start doing the thickening it up now. So I've just added 2 cups there to begin with. Make sure that you don't put too much, otherwise you won't be able to fix it. You won't be able to break the lumps because it will be too hard. And then the video is obviously speeded up, so the process takes longer than it is doing in the video. And then you just put back the porridge that you took out earlier. This enables you to cook a lot of the SADZA that fills up the pot, without making a mess. As you can see, I'm trying by all means not to make a mess on the hob. Bit is spilling, but it's not a lot compared to if I just added a maize meal to the pan that was too full. So make sure that you don't make too much of a mess. You don't want to create a lot of work for yourself. Just start mixing it up, and then start breaking the lumps very quickly, because if you take your time, the lumps will start hardening and then you won't be able to break them. So quickly break the lumps like I'm doing there. It's demonstrated in the video. Break the lumps, take as long as possible. This video is speeded up obviously, so that's why it seems like I'm not doing much, but I am doing my bit. Just for the benefit of the video, I've speeded it up. Otherwise it would have been so boring to keep watching it. So keep breaking the lumps. You want sadza that has got no lumps in it, because otherwise it will be unpleasant to eat, because some lumps will have dry maize in between and some of them will be just dry lumps. Sadza lumps, but not so pleasant to eat. It will be a waste of food. So just keep breaking the lumps, repeat the process. And the sadza sometimes start showing some signs of shining. When you properly do it well, it starts shining actually. You will see when you've done it so well, it will start showing that it's been done properly. So just keep breaking, just keep mixing it and breaking the lumps, mixing it. And then when you feel satisfied, when it's shiny, you can see the shininess. If you look closely, you will see that it's shiny, a bit shiny. And then you can just, if you're not satisfied, you can keep mixing. It's shown there. If it's not properly mixed, you can feel it. You can see it that you need to break some more lumps. So just keep breaking the lumps, and it's a good workout anyway. Once you start doing it, you start enjoying it, and you start, because you know that you're doing a very good workout anyway. So when you're done with the workout, you will feel so good, because you would have worked your upper body. Just the treadmill. You just need to go on the treadmill just for a walk, because you've done the upper body. And then just replace the lid after you've done the workout. And then you leave it to simmer at low heat. Lower the heat and then leave it to simmer for about 2 minutes while you do other things. I've speeded the video obviously, so I've come back. You come back and you just mix it again, because you want the sadza to be well cooked. Remember, you added some maize meal in between, so you need to let that one get cooked. Because the first one you cooked it during the boiling process when you first put it in the first place. But the one you added later, you want it also to be properly cooked, so that you can have a sadza that is properly cooked. So you have to leave it to simmer for a bit, come back and mix it, break the lumps again if there's any left, and then leave it again to simmer while you just sort out your relish, whatever you need to do in the kitchen. If you already cooked the relish earlier, you'll just be tidying up the kitchen, loading the dishwasher. If you need to offload the dishwasher first, offload it, and then load it with the dirty plates and cutlery in there. Just don't leave your kitchen a mess. You always want to keep a clean kitchen. Wipe all the worktops, and the sink should be kept clear, and the draining board, everything. And also remember to get ready, put the plates ready for dishing the sadza, because when it's done, you just need to quickly get it out of that pan. You can't leave any in the pan, otherwise it just dries up. So this is the last one, you do the last mixing before you dish it out. So just mix the one more time, so that it is equally the same consistency, and then you start dishing out into the place that you prepared earlier. So if you want to preserve it for later, you just use cling film like that. Dip the spoon into the cold water like shown there, and then you just wrap it in the cling film and put it aside, and keep repeating until everything has been dished out. Don't leave any sadza in the pot, otherwise it just hardens. And make sure that you just soak the pot in the sink. When you finish dishing the sadza, just fill it up with water, the stirring stick and the spoon, everything, soak them up in the sink with cold water. And then when you go and eat, when you come back when you finish eating, you can come back and wash the pot. Make sure everything is clean in the kitchen. So I just put it in cling films, and then if you want to eat some of it, you just dish it straight into your plate. And this one is for later. You just put it in cling film And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That is it for now. Subscribe to my channel, and also share the video, and also leave comments if you can, so that I know what to do next. If you want to put a request, please leave the thumbs up and leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye.